हरिः ओम् अष्टाध्यायी प्रवेशः पार्ट 3 Essential Basics Before Embarking on Studying Ashtadhyayi. Notes by Ashtadhyayi student S.L. Abhyankar. To understand Sutram 134 Na Vibhaktau tu Smaha, we need to also study Sutram 412 Saujasamau Chashtabhyambhis Ngebhyambhyas Ngasingbhyambhyas Ngaso Sangyo Sup Padapaఠ Su ouch as Am ouch shas Tabhyambhis Ngebhyambhyas Ngasingbhyambhyas Ngas os am Ngi os sup. Note all have Prathama Ekvachanam. In Padapatha are identified 21 Pratyayaha, 7 sets of 3 Pratyayaha each. It will be good to study these in 3 tabulations. Pratyaya Samjnaha for Prathama Dvitiya Vibhakti. Note I have taken Vibhakti, Dvivachanam of Vibhakti because there are 2, Prathama and Dvitiya. Okay. In the tabulation I have the columns Anukramankaha Vibhakti Vachanam Pratyaya Samjna Halantyam Anyaha it Sutram for Anyaha it Katham Yujyate. Prathama Ekvachanam. The Pratyaya Samjna is Sung. Halantyam not there. Anyaha it and this is it as per 132 Upadeshe Janunasika it Katham Yujyate goes away, so it is applied as sa. Prathama Dvivachanam. Prathama Dvitiya Dvivachanam. Pratyaya Samjna ouch. Halantyam cha. Anyaha it no. So Katham Yujyate au. Cha goes away, au. Prathama Bahuvachanam. Pratyaya Samjna as. Halantyam sa. But it is not it because na vibhaktau tu smaha. So Katham Yujyate as. Dvitiya Ekvachanam am ma halantyam. This is again it na. Katham Yujyate am. Dvitiya Bahuvachanam shas. Sa it na. Sha as per 138 Lashakvatadhite. So Katham Yujyate Sha goes away, as. Note, whatever is it suffers lopaha. As per Sutram 139 Tasya lopaha. Pratyaya Shabdnya Shas has Adihi Sha, which is it as per Sutram 138 Lashakvatadhite, which shall be discussed in due course. All in all, Pratyayo as and shas affix as as only. Although we are checking the Pratyaya Samjna primarily in the context of the Sutram 134 Navibhaktau tu Smaha, as far as itaha are concerned, we have to be alert about whether any other it Sutram applies. Pratyaya Samjna for Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami Vibhaktaya. Tritiya Ekvachanam. Pratyaya Samjna ta. Halantyam nasti. Anyaha it ta. This is it as per Sutram 137 Chutu. Katham Yujyate a. Tritiya Chaturthi Panchami. Dvivachanam. Pratyaya Samjna bhyam. Halantyam ma. It na. Anyaha it nasti. Katham Yujyate bhis. Chaturthi Ekvachanam nge. Halantyam nasti. Anyaha it nga. As per 138 Lashakvatadhite. Katham Yujyate a. Panchami Ekvachanam ngasi. Halantyam no. Antyaha it. Anyaha it nga. As per 138 Lashakvatadhite, also in as per 132 Upadeshe Janunasika it. So ngasing applies as as. Chaturthi Panchami Bahuvachanam bhyas. हलन्त्यं स इत न. So katham yujyate bhyas. Note pratyaya samjnye nge ngasi have adihi ng, which is it, as per Sutram 138 Lashakvat Adhyate. Pratyaya samjna ngasi is an example that there can be more than one it in a pratyaya samjna. Pratyaya samjnaha for Shashti Saptami Vibhakti. Shashti ekvachanam ngas halantyam sa अन्यः it ng, as per 138 Lashakvat Adhyate. Katham yujyate, ng goes away, sa stays, so as. Shashti Saptami Dvivachanam os. Halantyam sa it na. Katham yujyate os. Shashti Bahuvachanam am. Halantyam ma it na. Katham yujyate am. Saptami ekvachanam gi. Antyah anyah it ng, as per Lashakvat Adhyate. So katham yujyate I. Saptami bahuvachanam sup. Antya halantyam pa. Anyah it na. Katham yujyate su. It was noted that from Sutram 3478 tipta zisip taptha mip vasmas tatanzha thasathandva mit vahimahim. One gets the Vyakaraniya Samjna thing conforming to Sutram 1171 Adirantena Saheta. Adi is ti, ante is ng. From Sutram 412 Swaujasamau Chashtabhyambhyas Ngebhyambhyas Nasibhyambhyas Nasosam Nyo Sup. One gets Vyakaraniya Samjna sup. Why do I have these kinds of Vyakaraniya Samjna? There is Sutram 1414 Sum Tigantam Padam. Sum Ting Antam Padam, which refers to both Sum and Ting. It should be interesting to know, to dwell a while on this Sutram Sup Tigantam Padam, especially in the word Padam. In a way, this Sutram is a definition of Vyakaraniya Samjna Padam. The definition is Padam is what has at its ending either sup or ting. But it is well taken that Padam is any word or in a phrase or sentence. In turn, we have to understand it as a rule that any word cannot be a part of a phrase or a sentence unless it has at its ending either sup or ting. Basically, the thought that a word Padam must have at its ending either sup or ting means that every Padam must be a formatted word. Every word, every Padam must be a formatted word. This is true for every actor, that the actor must have makeup appropriate to the role. Actors with appropriate makeup get freedom to move about the stage. Similarly, the words properly formatted get freedom from syntax, moving about in the phrase or sentence. Sanskrit has great freedom from syntax by virtue of the grammatical rule Suptigantam Padam, that every Padam must be a formatted word. That has facilitated much of the Sanskrit literature to be verses, because then you can shift the Padam from here to there, like what an actor can move about on the stage. So every sentence or phrase is a stage, a one-act play. This has made it easy to commit them to memory because there are verses. With this important interlude about Padam, let us get back to the 8 It Sutrani. 132 Upadeshe Janunasika It. 133 Halantyam. 134 Na Vibhaktau Tusmaha. 135 Adirinyi Tudavaha. 136 Shah Pratyayasya. 137 Chutu. 138 Lashakvat Adhyate. 139 Tasya Lopaha. We have to proceed with is Sutrani 135 to 138. Because we have discussed so far, Upadeshe Janunasika it halantyam na vibhaktau tu smaha, with all these examples about the Sauja Samaut and all that. Sutram 135 Adirni Tudavaha. Padapatha Adihi 1 Prathama Ekvachanam Yitudavaha Prathama Bahuvachanam. Anuvarti Upadeshe 132 it 132. Anvayartha Upadeshe in Vyakaraniya Saujna of an Upadesha word, if Adihi initial letter Adhyaksharam Ye or to or do, then that letter is it. For example, Vyakaraniya Saujna of Dhatuhu Kru, to do, is Dukruin. This Dukruin has the initial do, which is it. The ending ya is also Antyahal, so both do and ya are itau. Note, I have used itau as dvivachanam of it. Note, there is the word adihi, which is anuvartaniya in Sutrani up to 138. So in my book, this Sutram Adirini Tudavaha reads as Sutram 135 Adirini Tudavaha into bracket 138. So to be, there is some word, the word Adihi, to be Anuvrutta in all the sutras, further sutras up to 138. So the next Sutram 136 Shah Pratyayasya. Padapatha Shah Prathama Ekvachanam Pratyayasya Shashti Ekvachanam. Anuvritti Upadeshe 132, It 132, also Adihi 135. So Anvayartha Upadeshe in Vyakaraniya Sojna of an Upadesha word Pratyayasya, when the Upadesha word is a Pratyaya, and that Pratyaya has Adihi initial letter Adhyaksharam, Shaha, the consonant Sh. That Sh is it. An eminent example is Sutram 32155. Jalpa Bhiksha Kutta Lunta Van Vrun Shakan Mungaha Shakan, which is regarding Pratyaha Shakan, which has initial Sh, which is it. The ending Na in Shakan is also Antyahal, Shakan, also has Do without Sh and in Na. The Pratyaha Shakan affixes as Ak. See, in Deveparada Kshamapan Stotram of Srimad Shankaracharya, Shvapako Jalpako Bhavati Madhupako Pamagira Niratanko Ranko Viharati Chiram Koti Kanakai. Note, Jalpa plus Ak, Jalpak, means who prattles, who is a chatterbox. In a Subhashitam, also, Sadvidya Yadika Chinta Varako Udara Purane Shukoppyashanama Apnoti Rama Rameti Chabruvan. Note, Vru plus Ak is equal to Varak, means a species which has something special, Vru, Varaniyam. And among species, the one species which has something special is Manushya Prani. So Varaka means Manushya Prani. The next Sutram 137, Chutu. Padapatha Chutu, Prathama Dvivachanam. Anuvritti Upadeshe 132, It 132, Adihi 135. Anvayartha Upadeshe Chutu Adi Itau. As mentioned earlier, I have modified the words it and adihi to their dvivachanam because they are related to chutu, which has dvivachanam. No, tu in chutu is dirgha because it is dvivachanam. Ashtadhyayi merits to be studied as minutely. Chutu is a compound word. Chucha, tucha, iti chutu, iteretar dvandva, meaning both chu and tu. Note, chu is a Vyakaraniya Samjna for the Chavarga, that is for Varna cha cha ja jha. Likewise, tu is a Vyakaraniya Samjna for the Tavarga, that is for Varna ta tha da dha na. Now, how does one know this? It wasn't easy for me. For those who are interested, may study Sutram 1169. Anudit Savarnasya cha pratyayaha. No, I do not plan to study this Sutram also here. May it suffice to say that there are 5 Vyakaraniya Samjnaha Kuchu Tutupu. The 5 Sanjnaha Kuchu Tutupu are to be interpreted to mean not only the 5 sets but also as Ekaikashaha every singular Vranjanam of the particular sutram. The 5 Samjnaha is again data crunching. Of the 5 Varnaha in the 5 letters Kuchu Tutupu. Ku is a data crunching of Ka Kha Ga Gha Nga. Chu is a data crunching of Cha Cha Za Za Ya. Tu is a data crunching of Ta Tha Da Dha Na. Tu is a data crunching of Ta Tha Da Dha Na. And Pu is a data crunching of Pa Pha Pa Pha Ma. The meaning of Sutram 137 to 2 is that if any Vyakaraniya Samjna has an Upadesha word, has at its beginning its initial, its Adivarnaha, a Vyanjanam from Chavarga or Tavarga, then that Vyanjanam is to be considered to be it. To understand this by examples, see Sutram 412, Saujashamau Chashtabhyam has an element ta having initial t, which is it. There is a finer point to be noted. In Dukroi, there is initial du, which belongs to Tavarga. So, by the Sutram 137 Chutu, out of du in Dukroi, only d becomes it. But by Sutram 135 Adini Todavaha, complete du becomes it. So, Sutram 135 Adini Todavaha is exactly to make the complete letters ni to du to be itaha. So, one may wonder why Chutu in addition to Adini Todavaha. So, very great intelligence used in composing all these sutrani. In Sutram 3478, Tipta Zisipthastha Mipvasmas Tatan Dha Thathas Thasathan Dhvam Dhvam Mid Vahimahing. There are Z and Z, which have Adivarnaha Z, which is of Savarga, is hence an it as per Sutram 137 to 2. Now next to Sutram 138. No, let me mention that we had this Prathama and Dvitiya Dvivachanam Pratyaya Samjna ouch. There is cha, but that cha is not adi, it is halantyam cha. So that cha is an it, not because this Sutram 137 Chutu, but it is cha, it is an it because of the other Sutram halantyam. So very finer points, one has to be alert. So next to Sutram 138 Lashakva Tadhite. Padapatha Lashakku Atadhite. Note Lashakva Tadhite is a compound word. For Vibhakti Vachan analysis, the compound word has to be first deciphered. It would be good to do that as a part of Anvayartha study. Anuvritti is Upadeshe 132, It 132, Adihi 135. Anvayartha. If the Upadeshaha is not a Tadhita Pratyaya, Atadhita Pratyaya. If the Samjna of the Upadeshaha has an initial Varnaha, L or Sh or any Vyanjana of Kavargaha, then such Varnaha is to be considered to be It. See, the Sutram speaks of Pratyayaha to be not a Tadhita Pratyayaha. It becomes an essential basic to know what a Pratyayaha is, what are types of Pratyayaha, and what a Tadhita Pratyayaha is. What instances can be cited where L, Sh, Ku are Itaha because the pratyaya is not a tadhita pratyaya. They are itaha and hence would suffer lopaha. If these lashaku are adayaha but not tadhita pratyaya. What instances can be cited where lashaku are not itaha because the pratyaha is a tadhit pratyaya? Let us take the above points one by one. Firstly, what is the pratyaya? We studied Sutram 1414, Sum Tigantam Padam, Sum Ting Antam Padam, and also about Sum and Ting in Sutram 412, Sauja Samau Chashtabhyam Bhisgebhyam Bhisgasibhyam Bhis Gaso Sangyo Sup, and Sutram 3478, Tipta Zisiptastha Mipvasmas Tatanzha Thasathandhva Midvahi Mahing. There are 21 sup pratyayaha and 18 ting pratyayaha. So totally 39 vibhakti pratyayaha, obtaining innumerable subanta padani and tiganta padani. The root words to which sup pratyayaha are suffixed are called as pratipadikani. The root words to which ting pratyayaha are suffixed are called as dhatava. The word antam in suptigantam padam may give an impression that pratyayaha are suffixes which are affixed at the end of pratipadikani and dhatavaha. Well, for a finer detail, let me just mention that all pratyayaha are not like that. Sum and ting pratyayaha are. The Sutram says 1245, Arthavadadhatur pratyayaha pratipadikam. For dhatavaha, the sutram is 131 bhuvadayo dhatavaha, and for 312 sanadyantaha dhatavaha. Actually, the mention of the words, especially pratyayaha and dhatavaha, takes us into two very wide realms of Samskrita Vyakaranam and hence of Ashtadhyayi also. Not to forget that these prompts for learning about pratyayaha and dhatavaha have cropped up when studying Sutram 138 Lashakvata Dhite. It is time to take a pause before taking a bird's eye view study of pratyayaha and dhatavaha, keeping it connected with Sutram 138 Lashakvata Dhite. Shubhamastu.